Everyone talks about the $1 million finish line, but what will your retirement actually look like once you get there? If you've ever felt lost or unsure about your retirement plan, this video is for you. Think of it like peeking into your financial future. What will your day-to-day retirement look like based on where you are today? Hi, I'm Rob, certified financial planner, and I've spent the past 10 years doing retirement planning for real people in real life. So today, I'm sharing from firsthand experience what daily life will be like at each of the 6 levels of retirement wealth. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what level you're currently on, what your everyday life will feel like if you stay there, and more importantly, the strategies we use with our clients to help you get to the next level. Let's dive in. It's one thing to know what level you're at today. By the end of this video, you will, but it's another to know what it takes to get to the next level. At level 1, your decisions are based on how long you're able to work for, not how long you want to work for. At level 2, Social Security strategies and your retirement timeline are the biggest factors to consider. At level 3, your withdrawal strategy matters. Downsizing the house could fund a major lifestyle upgrade, and the right choice about taking or delaying Social Security may surprise you. At level 4, strategies like Roth conversions and capital gains brackets are not just ideas on YouTube, but items that need to be carefully analyzed every single year. At level 5, risk management and tax optimization are critical. Without careful planning, you could end up leaving Uncle Sam a massive tip. At level 6, charitable giving strategies, legacy planning, and mitigating estate taxes are big conversations to focus on and continuously update. Level 1 we call the survival stage. This is from 0 to $250,000. At this level, your total retirement income is likely in the range of $20,000 to $30,000 per year, mostly from Social Security. There's very little investment income, maybe none. You likely have little or no emergency savings, and spending is focused on pure essentials. Every single dollar counts, vacations are rare, and a health event could be financially devastating. For level 1 to get to level 2, other than working longer or spending less, start with eliminating debt and increasing emergency cash savings. Level 2. From $250,000 to $750,000 in assets, this is what we call fragile freedom. You're temporarily stable but limited. You have a total monthly income of $3,000 to $6,000. Social Security is 50 to 75% or more of your income, plus maybe $1,000 to $2,500 a month pre-tax investment income using a 4% withdrawal rate. Here's what life looks like. It may seem like you're finally able to enjoy retirement, but one unexpected event like a medical emergency or home repair could throw everything off. You might be able to go on a modest trip within driving distance and casually pick up a hobby you've always wanted to explore, but you're not quite able to dive all in. Bigger ticket activities like golf or longer travel may require careful budgeting and sacrifices. For level 2 to get to level 3, where you might be more comfortable, your retirement timeline should be your biggest focus. At level 2, the impact of working an extra year or 2 is what I call the double down effect. When we combine the impact of saving for one more year and not withdrawing, it's a doubling effect. What I mean by this is think of starting year 1 at not just plus 20K, but it's plus 20K versus negative 20K if we start withdrawing, not plus 20K versus 0. Your strategic timeline alone could literally level up or down the next 20 to 30 years of retirement. Level 3, $750,000 to $2 million. We call this the comfortable middle. This is the point where retirement starts to feel like a reward. A conservative withdrawal rate from your portfolio could be $30,000 to $80,000 a year from investments alone, and with Social Security, your income could be between $75,000 and $120,000 a year. At the upper end of this range, you might even splurge a little more in strong market years, though you may still need to tighten things up in the down years. Here's what life looks like. You're no longer budgeting every dollar here, but you're still mindful. Unexpected expenses don't faze you. Your favorite normal hobbies all as frequently as you prefer at your local venues. You dine out regularly. You may pay for help around the house here and there. Travel increases to a couple of trips a year or finally hitting a big bucket list trip. And you're driving a decent car, upgrading every 5 to 7 years, and you may start paying to help a little bit with college or a first home down payment. For level 3 to get to level 4, leading up to retirement, focus on increasing your cash reserves to add income and planning flexibility. Carefully consider your options for long-term care insurance because you can't quite self-insure. Part-time work you enjoy can seriously help you level up your discretionary spending and lifestyle. Or scrap the part-time work and downsize the house. At this level, your decisions about Social Security are more important than expected, and the answers may not be as obvious as you think. It's a once-in-a-lifetime decision at this level, and you need to get it right. Level 4, $2 million to $5 million, we call Flexibly Fluent. Here, your income is $100,000 to $200,000 a year. Social Security may bring in $50,000 to $60,000 alone. 4% withdrawals on $3 million is $120,000, but you're no longer locked into the 4% withdrawal rule here. You've got room to be flexible. On the upper end of this range, you're no longer worried about running out of money. You're starting to think about what happens to your money after you're gone. Here's what life looks like. Healthcare is excellent and elective procedures are covered with ease. Hobbies are fully integrated into your life. You do what you want and enjoy it when you want. Want to spend a few hundred a month on Pilates or golf? Go for it. You're not collecting classic cars just yet, but you might go get that one sports car that you've always wanted. If you want, you hired someone to do all of your yard work and clean the house. Travel is frequent and fulfilling. International trips, long cruises, extended stays. We might even have the conversations about buying the beach house, but we're probably still explaining how renting the house for an entire month is probably still the better move. You're meaningfully contributing to weddings or a grandchild's education. You eat more regularly at the nice restaurants that used to only be for special occasions. This is where retirement becomes abundant, not extravagant, but deeply fulfilling. For level 4 to reach level 5, strategies like Roth conversions and capital gains planning can make a big difference. Your income is higher, your taxes are larger. Strategic planning each year is necessary, not just a one-time plan or consultation. Clearly define your buckets for income and other buckets for growth. This helps you cover your income for 2 to 5 years depending on your risk tolerance, and the rest can remain invested purely for growth to help ensure you're locked in for the life you've worked so hard to finally enjoy. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're interested in how we can work together, there's a link in the description below where you can book a free consultation. Level 5, $5 to $10 million, we call independent wealth. You're now independently wealthy. Your investments alone can generate $200,000 to $400,000 per year using conservative assumptions. Social Security, real estate, or pensions, you could have $250,000 to $500,000 a year in income without touching principal. At this level, your income is more about how much you want, not so much how much you can safely withdraw. Here's what life looks like. First-class flights, private guides, seamless travel experiences, funding college for grandkids, and paying for entire weddings and family vacations. You may have 2 houses, one for the summer and one for the winter. You've got the upgraded version of the sports car you always wanted. You're going to nicer salons and country clubs if you prefer. Your hobbies are all leveled up, and you're regularly buying new toys if you want to. You're no longer thinking about what you can afford. You're thinking about the impact you'll leave. This is wealth with intention. For level 5 to get to level 6, we multiply the impact of tax planning, bucketing, and careful withdrawals. The numbers are bigger, so each detail matters. Continuously making smart decisions with new investments helps drive you forward to the next level. Level 6, $10 million plus, legacy and freedom. At $10 million, we're shifting away from withdrawal rates because certain investments may already produce what you need. Say you have $4 million in bonds at a 5% yield, that's $200,000 in income before any withdrawals. Now it's about producing tax-efficient income. Certain tools and strategies, once optional, are now essential. But what about day-to-day life? What's interesting working with clients here and beyond is that their daily life isn't much different than level 4 or 5. Yes, they can afford the bigger beach house, afford first-class flights, afford extra sports car, afford many luxuries others cannot. But many don't actually do these things because they just aren't wired that way. Their life could be different in extravagant ways, but their choices are based on if they want, not can I afford. At this level, estate planning and tax efficiency are the most important items to focus on as far as the numbers are concerned. But at this level, I find our conversation shift a lot more towards what makes life filling. Giving to charity, being involved in organizations, and make sure you're staying busy and fulfilling your time, because unfortunately, I've met with many individuals who are at this wealth level who are simply unhappy in retirement because they're not doing what they've been doing for the past 30 or 40 years. Having a plan of what you're going to do with your time at this level is absolutely critical. Thank you again for joining us. If you're interested in how we can work together, there's a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned to all of our latest strategies to help you live your best retirement.